Last time I had those kinds of cold, I was fine. Also ironic, about a week ago, I just had one hell of a fever. Like, that shit just sneaked out of nowhere.
Okay.
Lone, you ever had those fevers that just appear, like, in the middle of the night and leave you shivering?
Um,
And then they just go away, like, 2, 3 days later, they just disappear?
not for a long while though. The last time I actually had a cold, I kind of knew it was coming up because if you get that little clep in your throat, pretty much in the back of your throat, and either you eat something or you get something with a lot of sugar or something else, it will just like inflame like the back of your throat to your sinuses, and you're like, yeah, it just come right up. And I'm like, ah, shit, I'm gonna feel a lot worse the day after. Luckily, I
Oh,
got
yeah.
mine. I got rid of mine fairly quickly. Just drank a lot of hot water and made sure to drink a lot of hot liquids, basically, and try to get my cough down with cough drops. I usually take like 2 at a time, I think. Try to keep it down. So like by day 3, it was pretty much almost gone. By day 4, it was pretty much eradicated. Only thing I had was a small like semi sore throat or semi cough. Basically, that's about it.
Oh, yeah. Usually when I get sick, I get fucking sick because, last I said, a couple of weeks ago, I just had one of those fevers that just sneak ups on you and actually made me have like those violent shivers. You ever had those? Like
I know what
you
you're talking
can't
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
you can't shaking, your teeth are clattering, and like it's basically like you're having constant muscle contractions. Then, I feel like my fever was at 39. Okay, no, I need to find a way to say it in American because I measured in Celsius. You guys go with Fahrenheit. So
Wait,
one
isn't
second.
like, isn't, what is it? 60 Celsius, like 100 Fahrenheit, or am I wrong?
No, I think everything has speed limits and stuff.
We're live, by the way.
Let me look for. Yeah, I saw. Look at Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, so. Oh yeah, I had a fever at 102. There it is. Fever at 102, standing for like a couple of days. I was restless, shivering. Possibly even have like a small panic attack too. Like I don't know, I was just freaking out the night that was happening to me.
Yeah, my feet, whatever I got, it made me pretty fucked up. Like a day or two ago, I had a hallucination, because I was so sick. Uh, I had a hallucination that my hair was falling out and my teeth were too, and I was like that for like fucking 3 hours.
Jeez, that seemed like one of my nightmares. But usually when I got that sick, I other than that, I was feel like my chest was pounding. Then, I was still shivering. I woke up literally in the middle of the night, like around 4 a.m. something. Like, I still couldn't sleep a little because it's like, why am I so damn cold? Why am I so cold? And then at 4 a.m. I just woke up shivering like a leaf. I just, yeah, I was also kind of freaking out. And then, yeah, then the next days I was fucking restless. I constantly had to, I had the runs. You know what the runs are,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep, I had the runs to the bathroom, and I really was feeling like death. Other than feeling slightly anxious. Still shivering and being absolutely feverish. And then in 2 days, it just disappeared by constant uses of antipyretics and an antibiotic.
Hmm.
It's 2 days. Like, this should last like 2, 3 days, and then it just disappeared.
can I tell you something that I saw recently that was
Oh, yeah.
worse than my sickness?
Oh, yeah, sure. all about this
The
horse.
fucking shit show of Netflix trying to host the fight.
Okay, so biggest, so the longest lasting streaming service in the West, and they can't figure out how to do a live stream? Like, come on.
It
They
was-
hyped the thing up. They wanted the viewers, and then they didn't fucking prepare for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh well, I never had a problem with the live stream because this shit happened, when I was sleeping. So
It's because
Yeah,
you watched.
Technically,
You
so it
watched.
was in our area, but we stayed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
European problems, do not mind me. But still, I saw the fight, and
There's dog ass.
I'm just
There's
shaking
crap.
my head. I'm just shaking my head here. The first round, at least I could see Mike just trying to, actually lay down on him. But then you can always see how he's just not doing anything for the sake of not doing anything because y'all seen the contract. Y'all at home, you've seen the
Yeah.
contract.
I linked that. Yeah, I linked that in the announcements.
You
Yeah.
took a dive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think now more or less of the Pauls. I think of them much more less of them.
I am so fucking disappointed in Mike Tyson. It's like in the way that a son disappoints his father. I am disappointed in Mike Tyson. This man who is like 40 years my senior.
I feel like he just did it out of, sheer contractual obligation because, his agent said this, his other agent said this, the company said this, and it's just a man against all of them, and he can't really say no, or else he's gonna be thrown out of so many things and basically,
He's
become-
Mike fucking Tyson. Who's gonna throw him out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's
that's
gonna
fair.
put their hands on Mike Tyson? Except for the guy who's paying him to take a dive.
I mean, yeah, that was still a lot of money, so I guess they found his right price. Like, that's my only theory, but still, that I expected. Like, my expectation were so high of simply him going ape shit and beat the hell out of, Jakey. Finally put him in his place. But no, that shit was as rigged as anyone could ever think of. It's so fucking rigged. This ain't boxing, this is fucking wrestling. Like, I'm
When I
sorry.
saw it, I immediately thought of the Patchy the Pirate meme. I was like, that's it? That's Iron Mike?
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was hyping himself up, like, Iron Mike was gonna come out, and we've all seen it. Like, it's like the man actually has a fucking demon, but no, nothing happened.
I waited like 3 fucking hours just to see Mike Tyson's ass, and that was it.
God
yeah.
damn it.
Yeah, that was the takeaway.
I don't know why the cameraman kept it on. Like, the interview was clearly done for a
Even
couple seconds.
even the commentators was like, we could have gone without that ass shot.
Yeah.
I don't think when Mike Tyson was walking up, I don't think he saw that he just had nothing on.
Yeah, I think he had a jock strap on. Yeah. Yeah, love you, son. Just walks away.
Did not need to see that night. No.
Yeah.
I will say, the fights leading up to it, like the other boxing matches they had, they were pretty fucking good.
Yeah, because they were actual boxing
okay.
matches. They were actual boxing
Okay.
matches, yeah.
Like,
The
a lot of
one
people
right
didn't like
before-
Gomez versus Nunes, but I did. I thought the little fuck moment was funny.
The one right before Mike and the female fight,
Yeah,
that one I'm gonna call BS on.
yeah.
Because the fucking ref had to tell the Irish chick like 20 goddamn times to not like grab and headbutt. It's like that she should have been fucking disqualified. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Puerto Rican should have won. That was BS.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, the other ones were good though. First one, I'll agree with Marshall. I think the second fight overall was the best one out of the 4.
But that was killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was close too. Like, I get boxing fans hate draws, but I understand why that was a draw. It's like both did really
Both people
good.
Gave it their all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I said this to my family in our personal chat. that like if Paul actually like won this, I'm convinced all his fights were rigged, and this pretty much proved it. Like what was it, 11 to 1? So like yeah, they're all fucking rigged. Like I like you, Joe. I like you, Joe Rogan, but nah, dude. Like you can train to be a boxer all you want, but like when you go up against that many and that's your score, and you don't have like prior like training like that, like no, I don't think so. Jake's only been like boxing for what, like a handful of years. Meanwhile, Mike been boxing for much longer, and like his winning streak makes a lot more sense in comparison to Jake's. Jake's is like that's rigged bullshit. That's rigged bullshit. So it's gonna be years, and I mean years, till he gets completely ostracized out of the sport entirely. That's if the sport improves at all. Honestly, it's it's kind of sad, to be honest, though. What the sport has really like turned into.
Yeah, it's all because they want to have as much money as they can before they squeeze every life out of that. It's just the usual money circle. And I still would say everybody can box, but again, that's still fucking Mike fucking Tyson. The man is a legend and a myth for a good fucking reason. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like that 1 in a million of like he's the guy. Like it's him.
I'll call him a sellout, but I won't call him a sellout to his face.
Although to be fair though, with everyone can box. From what I've heard, everyone can box well. Nah, I have heard like, what was it? It was Brendan Herrera when he did his boxing match like a year ago. He outright said like he thought he knew how to throw a punch. He had no idea what he was doing beforehand. It wasn't until his buddies trained him he realized like he had no idea what he was doing.
Anyone can cook. Anyone can punch right in the face.
Yeah, literally. Kinda.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's gonna make a meme.
Cook, yes.
Yeah.
Anyone can cook, yes, but not everybody can be like Michelin star chefs.
This whole situation reminds me of the memes that I've been seeing around Jake Paul, like where he wants to fight Jimmy Carter or post-tripling Barbara Gordon.
Yeah.
There's one I saw I did like. I forgot what it was though.
Muhammad Ali. Yeah, that one was funny.
Yeah, that one.
That one was funny.
He wants to just unearth his cadaver and fight him head on. I'm expecting that. I'm fucking expecting that shit.
Jesus Christ.
Well, they are YouTubers, so it wouldn't surprise me. Well, heck, his brother already.
He's already
advantage of a corpse.
He already is in wrestling, but then again, WWE's kind of been a joke for a long while. Like fucking Ice Show Speed was there for a minute, so it's.
I mean, he did get fucking chokeslam onto a table. Like, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
The Pauls are worse than just being YouTubers. They're fucking Disney nepo babies.
They are. They are.
They are they are absolute manipulators, and they just know how to work the money game. And especially our hey, go to your parents, buy our shit. Tell them to spend their hard-earned cash to buy this crappy T-shirts and random crap that you can easily find at Goodwill, but just with our lazy ass brands on that. Some of them were just fucking fonts or clip art,
Remember Team 10?
Yeah.
Oh,
don't remind me of that shit.
Oh Jesus Christ! That's was it 8 years ago?
That was.
Yeah.
Marmor, I
God,
want you
the
to
time flies.
Marmor, I want you to shoot me just for reminding me of that.
No,
Yes, please.
suffer.
God damn it!
Anyway,
England was my city.
I will blow
Wait,
your
what?
head.
Lyric in the song.
What's that?
England is my city. You don't
Jesus.
remember? You don't remember that part?
I had a fucking flashback
No.
there. Thank you, Lord. I just had a fucking flashback. Been taken back.
I remember one big controversy around Team 10. Where it was like they had these two ethnic guys. I believe they were like some flavor of like Puerto Rican or Dominican or something. And they were basically the funny guys with the accent. But they're like, when they left Team 10, they're like, yeah, Jake just kept us in a room in like the basement. And he didn't pay us.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at all. The So yeah, what else
Yeah.
we want to talk about?
Yeah, is everyone
Hey,
done or shit talking about the polls? Because that is a depressing topic, honestly, when you really stop to think about
Yeah.
just how their nepotism has gone through, like, through fucking YouTube, like their contract with Disney expired, and then they started fucking
Yeah.
around, and then now they're
Well,
like,
first it was Vine, then YouTube.
oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, it was Vine then
I mean,
YouTube.
they were already on YouTube way before. They were just like a bunch of meddling kids. Then they
Yeah.
moved to Vine. Then Vine died. Then TikTok happened
Yeah.
along with YouTube, and they did their whole franchising thing.
It's been that way
You know
for
the
them for a while. The whole buy that merch
Then the
shit.
whole fake rivalry with the rap stuff too.
Big
Yeah,
rivalry. Them
that was
filming a dead
okay.
body in Japan, making ass themselves,
Yeah.
and pretty much, I think, patient zero to, I don't know, nuisance streamers, basically. Well, then again, nuisance streamers were a thing way before
Yeah.
those two. Like, to be honest, I'd be
I
lying,
feel like
because that's
Yeah,
Twitch
Speaking of
2013.
Streamers,
Yeah, 2013.
Uh,
Yeah, like Twitch stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, what were you
speaking of
saying?
recent streamers,
Yeah.
Johnny Somali. You
Oh,
guys think
Jesus
he's actually going to go away to Korean prison?
I hope to God they do, just for him to finally learn, hey, don't be a jackass.
No, he'll never learn. The motherfucker will never learn. Which I'm fairly certain. That if he's going to prison, I feel like he's gonna get his ass beaten every day because y'all know what he did to piss off the entire nation of North or South Korea.
South Korea.
You know what he
He
did?
sexually assaulted
Nah.
a statue that was supposed to commemorate the victims of
Yeah.
rape and torture by the Japanese during World War II.
Yeah.
I hope that he goes to prison and he meets like the Korean version of Bubba, like some guy named Jinbo who feels romanticful.
Yeah,
God damn
literally.
it.
Like, really that.
Like that one guy from Train to Busan.
Or no, it's like it's like one was a Korean show where it's like has that giant mobster. Basically that, yeah.
All I'm saying is his ass is not gonna be the same whenever he's getting out. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And
Just no doubt about it.
I genuinely hope so. I fucking despise that son of a bitch. Like, he does
Yeah.
everything to get himself hated. Between, unironically, spiking tensions with the Japanese, who are the most calm people on the planet. Then he moved himself to fucking Palestine, to Israel during the the current events that are unfolding there. Fucking with the police officer and getting his ass handled to him. Running away after, things were starting to get a bit spicy with both the Jews and the Palestinians. Got back into Korea because this wasn't his first rodeo in Korea. And y'all know how it did.
Yeah.
I still can't forget, like, those Korean guys that were just, like, dropping N-bombs at him constantly. And, it's fucking
And that's kinda
squaring
what-
up with him in the streets, and yeah, they got away with just them squaring up with him in the streets, like, oh yeah, sure, just beat his ass, we don't care, like, he deserves it, fuck him specifically.
Well, the thing too is what kind of does suck about him and that whole that whole I guess genre is that they make the thing is, like, there's a lot of good people who will go to countries, who will respect the culture, be polite, a lot of good tourists. It's retards like him that makes everyone look bad. It's like, it just fucking ticks me off.
This is the kind
Well,
of
that
shit
doesn't help too with the picture of Americans, because it just makes Americans look bad.
Yep.
Mhm.
He's the kind of people that make us everyone that makes everyone who has tourism as their main focus too limited, because you get fuckheads like these who don't give a shit about anything and just want to be a nuisance.
Yeah,
Like,
and it sucks too, because
I
a
have
lot of people
heard-
depend on that income, and it will probably at least affect some parts of the whole the whole economy.
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
heard of rumors and stuff like there was this guy, I believe his name is living ironically in Europe.
Oh yeah, him.
He's a guy from the Balkans,
Yeah, I
and
know.
he talks about the tourists who come through, and a lot of them are just sex tourists, like the
Yeah.
you know
Sadly.
dating advice type Faggots.
Uh,
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. You can say
Sorry,
whatever. I
Will.
was just limit what you say. It's fine. I don't really care, honestly, because this stream ain't
Yeah.
monetized, so it's fine. Passport bros. That's the actual term from. Just letting you know.
Yeah. Passport bros.
Yeah.
Those types, and like, apparently there's very different stereotypes for different people from the world, and apparently Americans are either known as being those passport bros, or just like the old couple with the camera who takes pictures of everything.
Well, the weird thing
Right.
is at least when he talked about that in his video, he talked about more like the British and Australians doing that, weirdly enough. I see your
Yeah.
point, yeah.
I might be getting some stuff wrong, but I think the Canadians were actually just like massive assholes.
That's a shocker.
I'm not surprised about Canadians.
And they would just like constantly pride themselves on not being American tourists, and were like very loud about it. I might be getting this wrong, but yeah, that's what I remember, and like took away from the video.
This is why you always
Yeah.
remind them that their flag is a fucking leaf. Oh yeah, you're not American. Your flag still has a fucking leaf on it. Be ridiculed. Also, yeah, I know the guy. I like the story about Rakia. How you know? Oh, we can't have wine? Guess we'll just get drunk on overripened plums and everything. Guys, fuck the Ottomans. Fuck the Turks.
Yeah.
Let us be let us be drunk and Christian in peace. I too want to die at the ripe old age of 60 from excessive liver cirrhosis.
Yeah.
Truly, the most European way. And yeah, I also have been in vacation with my school in the Balkans. You ever been to Slovenia?
No.
That's
Isn't that
that's the
one of the
one.
femboy capitals of
shoot.
Europe?
Yeah,
Yep,
it
it's-
is.
Yeah, it's basically the quote-unquote femboys of Europe. For a good reason. That place is fantastic. It's perfect. Nothing bad happens there. It's just peaceful.
Nothing bad ever. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing bad happens there. Also, their street food is pretty damn good. Like, small place, but it's really comfy.
After seeing Indian street food, I don't trust any street food anywhere.
Oh no, basically the Blitzkabit, it's basically just sandwiches. It's basically just sandwiches with onions, bits of bell pepper, all these other more European condiments. It's big and delicious. It's one of my greatest memories that I've ever had. Also, they have a fucking castle in an island in the middle of a lake. They have that. It's cool.
Yeah, kind of neat.
Yep. And then also went down to Hungary, and Hungary sucks at. And Hungary, well, it's really loud. Mostly because
Hungary.
I went to the. Yep, Hungary. I think it was Hungary because, yeah, it's the same one with fucking Orban. The guy.
Were they
who-
bitter about not owning Transylvania?
Oh no, I didn't went to Romania. That's where Transylvania is, in Romania,
Uh.
and I will not, by my life, enter the lands of the Roma. They will steal my very soul as I do, along with all my earthly possessions.
I will admit, as an American, your racism towards those people is very excessive. Not gonna lie.
I have a good reason. Their immigrants came down to my country, and more shit got stolen with them. Like, unironically, we have proof.
Okay, so Trench, you know how like there's the stereotype in America that all Mexican illegal immigrants will just lay around and do nothing all day. They'll steal jobs and do them half-ass, and they like make places dirty and shit.
That's literally the Romy.
Yes,
Yep, the Roma
Alright.
people.
Gypsies.
Roma
everyone
people.
has their version of the Roma, even if it's like not true or whatever, there's still that kind of person that permeates every kind of culture.
Yep. Oh, well, on the bright side, they weren't Turks. The Germans are plagued with Turks. You
Not gonna
know,
lie, whenever I hear Turks, all I think of is that is Istanbul, not Constantinople. That song.
That plays in your head every time you talk about Turk. When
Or just
Turkey or Turks in
the
general
word
talked about.
Yeah, just specifically the word Turks.
I found out something interesting about Turkey. Apparently, there's a massive like hair transplant type of market in there, and there's shitloads of tourists who go there for hair transplants to the point where let me try to find the fucking meme. An airport posted on their Twitter a picture of an anime girl who had like a massive forehead with the caption that said, "Yeah, I'm going to Turkey. How could you tell?"
God damn it.
I guess they just have excellent rates for like, you know, doctors and hair transplants. It's the same thing on how almost every Italian wants to go to certain countries to get like certain surgeries or know certain doctors, which most of the time is just Germany. Everybody just wants to go to Germany because it has better benefits. That's all I'll say because I know exactly what I'm talking about. They make for great tourists and they also make for great doctors.
I couldn't find the meme, but I did find this one. I'm gonna post it in private text chat.
Huh?
Huh?
I don't get it.
Because fucking plastic surgery, one of the centers of the world
Oh.
apparently.
Oh. I'm like, why is...
Wait, Marshall. Or wait, which out of curiosity, which Vanoss prop hunt were you watching?
I was watching a compilation of the best jukes, like when
Oh,
a
yeah.
prop moves past a hunter and they just don't fucking see it for some reason.
Yeah. Sorry, I saw you said that and reminded, I don't know, nostalgia.
Oh yeah. The good memories. It's of these
Yeah.
days that I constantly remember, other than the good old days of Gary's mod, especially the animation. Can we take a moment of silence to remember Kitty?
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Kitty 0706, that's the guy who did Team Fabulous 2. You know him?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember Team Fabulous 2, dude? Come on. It's like a class. It's like a classic in the mod community.
I never heard that one, sorry.
Well, watch it.
I'll check it out then.
It's possibly one of the funniest. It's possibly one of the funniest and most iconic thing in like the Gmod community.
Alright.
Oh, right. The team... Right. I know it. Yeah, I had to look that up. I was like, do I know what... I know what Alex is talking about. SSM stuff is... That stuff is batshit.
Yep, I love that insanity. It shaped my childhood. And yeah, the guy who did this died about 10 years ago due to his battle with cancer.
Oh, shit.
So it's basically an Ed's World situation, but you know, once it's done, it was done. Guy just had cancer. Not much you could do about it.
I
And
guess
cancer
so.
sucks. If I ever die, I hope
Yeah.
it's instantaneous, like getting hit by a truck.
We all wish that. We all don't like
That isekai joke, or do you actually mean that?
Yeah, if I'm gonna die, I don't want to see it coming.
Okay, Marshall. Alright, guys, you heard it first. Marshall wants to get hit by a truck, kun.
I'm on it.
I want Truck Cunny to ram my pussy.
Never
Jesus
say
Christ.
those words again.
Please don't, yeah.
If I have time, I can make it worse.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
Anyways, you guys got any topics you want to bring up?
I guess
mean, since it-
okay, go ahead, Alex. Whatever.
I mean, since it's in the thumbnail, y'all watch Dandaran?
I
No,
need
but
to.
it's
I heard it's kind of
stuck
good.
in my head.
What? One at a time, please. Could you do it? Go again, one at a time, please.
Sorry. Or Marshall, you go first.
I haven't watched it, but its theme song is in my head. But I don't really keep up with the new shows that go on. I still haven't even watched Cyberpunk.
You what?
What's Google? I don't know what Google is.
Look,
If
man,
I haven't
I
watched
got,
Blade
I
Runners,
got
no,
a
Edge,
lot of
the
stuff
Edge,
on my
Edge
shelf
Runners.
that I gotta get through. I'm even building new shelves. That's like when I told you earlier I was standing wood. That's what that's for. Because I got so much shit I gotta get through.
Yeah,
I mean,
fair
that's
enough.
fair. I assume you didn't even watch Frieren or Bocchi.
Nope.
No, I
No.
did see the first episode of Bocchi though, and I really liked it.
Oh.
Oh, man, you're even worse than me. You gotta get through your backlog soon enough.
Yeah, today I gotta watch Conan, the first movie and the sequel, because I put up a poll in Raleigh's server and that's what got picked.
He says. And what about you, Trench?
I've heard of it. I need to watch it. Heard it looks good. I know people are simping over the grandma right now.
They've
mean,
been for a while. It's just you know how anime adaptations usually are. Is that usually characters that get simped on in the manga, or get massively simped on in the anime as well. There has been like a long following for Granny in the series.
mature women. That's all I say.
Yeah, jeez.
Like, do I need to see more than just mature women? Am I right or am I right?
Yeah,
I
fair
really
enough.
like Momo.
What?
I haven't like watched or read Dandadan, but I like Momo from the stuff that I've seen.
Oh yeah, she's an amazing girl.
Taurus.
Definitely. What?
Nothing.
One bit I've seen from her is apparently she likes a actor from old movies called Ken Tanakamura or something. It's probably getting that last name wrong. And I looked him up, and dude is literally, he looks a lot like Joji, not to be racist, you know, George Miller, Papa Franco. And it made me wonder if Filthy Frank could put the moves on Momo.
I mean, should I spoil this to him?
Ooh. Go
Because I
ahead.
do plan to eventually watch Dan to Dan.
Yeah, same.
You want to know who the main guy's name is?
Yeah.
What?
It is the same name as the actor she really wants to date.
Yeah.
He has the same name, and he's a massive otaku for like UFOs and shit like that.
Yeah, and
So, yeah, it's
she
also
knew
about-
about his name, and then she's like, "I'm not calling you that. I'm calling you Okarin from now on."
I don't know exactly what okarun means, but it's something that
Otaku for UFO. You kind of said it already. It's kind of like Otakon, kind of in the same way, like Otaku Convention Otakon. So it's kind of like that, like an abbreviation, like name though.
Okay, I see it. Still, this series really knows how to play with shit. Like the last episode that was sent out, like, you know, episode 7. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to. You know, Lone knows. Lone
Yeah.
fucking knows.
I already got because I already been up to date to the manga to an extent, not to the current arcs, but I've already like read pretty much what they're adapting. they did a really spot on job with what they're doing. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah. A lot of emotions are going on. But yeah, for now they're just focusing on the supernatural aspect instead of the aliens.
Because that comes
But yeah,
later.
the whole...
That comes later.
I expected as much. I expected as much. But most importantly, yeah. You know. But yeah, I want to leave Marshall to know most things. But still. Yeah. Why not show the Momo?
I'm just fucking with you. Give me a minute.
The what?
Show the beauty of the main girl, of our beautiful Gyaru lady.
Oh, the chick in the pink
Momo.
outfit,
Yeah,
pink
Momo.
sweatshirt.
Momo, yeah.
Yep,
Ye-
Momo. And she's basically a Gyaru. Like, all her stylistic choices, like sweaters, a lot of long sleeve things, and mini skirts. Like, she needs to show off the legs. But the rest, off limits. So you know, she's a very goofy lady.
Mm-hmm.
Cute, goofy.
I see.
Still, yeah, we both know how this shit is gonna end with both her and Okarun. I should say Ken.
Okay.
God, still, that fucking ending of the first episode is already something that's fucking mythical. Just him dropping the same line as Ken and just like, wait, what's your name? Oh, Ken fucking surname. And then just fucking explosion in the background as she fucking sees the reaction of that. Just that I love the first episode. It's so good. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot sing its praises long enough. I love the series. I adore it.
And if it keeps it up and it continues to follow the manga properly, which it clearly is, it's only gonna get more bad shit from here. I'm not lying.
I am not spoiling myself. I want to see it animated. Then I'll read it. At least the first season. But still, fucking kudos. This shit is peak. Like, unapologetically peak, as the kids say. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's what most shonens should really strive for. Along with, you know, the animation being absolutely fucking killer. Like, who even animated this?
Shit, I forgot what studio.
Wasn't it Shueisha?
Yeah, I
Perhaps?
don't remember. Saisaro.
Like,
Science. Yeah. Science Sorrow. Yeah. Okay. Science Sorrow. They did Scott Pilgrim. They did the Scott Pilgrim anime that came out last.
wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! That's also something I gotta watch.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I honestly did
Like-
not know that up until recently. That explains a lot. No wonder they were able to adapt it so well.
They're both batshit insane.
Yeah.
And, you know, about teenagers and real weird shit going on.
Isn't Scott Pilgrim an adult or something?
What?
Isn't Scott Pilgrim an adult?
Early like 22, I think.
I think
Oh,
just
okay.
about early college she is, but still, you know, it's still in that ballpark. You know, there is a school, there are, you know, there's a lot of young teenagers, young adults doing weird, wacky, crazy shit, powers and all that more shonen-like thing. Like, it really is coming through.
Hmm.
I like this.
Hmm.
Also, apparently, news. So they're going to release something for Chainsaw Man. Apparently, some sort of movie.
This is old news. Yeah, they're gonna do the Bomb Devil arc. They're gonna do that. I forgot when. Is that next year or is that this year? I don't remember, but I know that's coming out later so far, there's nothing on it right now other than the release window, I think.
Uh, Poor Mappa doing such amazing animation for such amazing mangas and just having been constantly held down. I still remember Doro Hidoro. I don't care how it looked, I still loved it.
Spring or fall
Yeah.
next year. Okay.
Oh, super. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Because they also said something about a Doro Hidoro season 2 about fucking time.
Finally, thank God.
Yeah, I love
There's-
Doro Hidoro.
There is hope yet for anime.
Yeah, literally.
There is indeed hope.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, there's been some bullshit going on in the Japan land, in the Nippon lands about
Yeah.
weird censorship shit.
Yep.
It's the
the
Visa
fucking-
card companies and all that other shit
the
though. That's
corporations-
why they're making like their own, from what I hear. So hopefully that pulls through. They're clearly not
Yeah,
gonna let
but
that
there's
shit.
some-
But also like what was it,
something,
Blackgate or whatever, that bought a big chunk of shares. So
BlackRock.
that's BlackRock. Okay, so that bought a big chunk of shares of the industry over there. So that's another cause for concern. Now the
Well,
only
with
bright
that-
side you can say is they didn't buy everything, but that's still a massive concern now. So I don't know what the future is going to look like. We'll keep a close eye. So far, where things are at with everything being adapted, things are doing fine. Netflix doesn't seem to really hold a massive hold over like Dandadan and like other stuff. I mean, plus Cyberpunk Edge Runner is getting another season, so as long as they're hold off, they should be okay. So I don't
Yeah, I
really know.
feel
It's
like-
very fast and loose when you really look at it, but it's still a major cause for concern, if anything.
Quite.
Well, with
A
that,
lot.
there's a thing with how the industry operates. Like if a studio starts doing shit, it will go bankrupt, and all the good people from that studio will just go somewhere else or create their own studio. So it's really hard to actually pin down and fuck up the anime industry unless you're going into the laws, or if you do what SBI is currently doing, where they've partnered up with DL Site.
Right.
I mean, the only one that I can see really not going through with it is like. I still don't know how exactly fucking Studio Ghibli would even work anymore, since, they just. Like a couple of like 4, 5, 6 years, they just drop a movie, then disappear again. Drop a movie, disappear again.
It's a steady formula.
Yeah, just the man needs to look for inspiration, years to animate it, and then voila, they just do that, drop some merchandise, and then just go quiet again.
They
And
give
so-
they give Miyazaki a pack of cigs and a bottle of sake, and he makes up some shit about people becoming one with nature. They put it on the market, and it sells like fucking hotcakes.
I don't know.
Pretty
man,
sure
it's just-
Boy and Heron was his last film, but who knows? He might come out of retirement. You never know.
The
I
man
mean, Mike
always,
Tyson came out of retirement.
the man
Yeah,
always
I'm
comes
just
out of
saying.
retirement. Like, I always check. The guy just always seems like, yeah, I feel like I've had enough. 4 or 5 years later, oh yeah, I'm making another movie. Like, the guy just needs his break time. Then he just comes back again. He's an artist. He hates himself. He needs to suffer to see, his art come to life to such,
Fuck.
that great degree that we get to see in the Ghibli movies. The man just
But
can't
it's
pull
so
away.
like MMA fighters, they don't know when to quit.
Yep. And then I guess we also have other things, like he also said with Netflix and anime. It's a bit of a interesting relationship between, sometimes there have been actual censorships between, translations and things like that one line or a couple of lines from Part 6 JoJo. The one from Stone Ocean.
Oh, right.
Didn't they
And-
get rid of the KKK plot point?
Yeah. I remember they got rid of that plot. They didn't want it to follow the plot line that, they went after Weather Report when he was when he was actually accidentally dating his half sister, and Poochie wanted to stop this because he was also a brother. You know, they wanted to stop that, but then it was like, you know, he's related to a black guy, so
What? Wait, what are we talking
Oh yeah,
about?
it's a pretty short plot.
JoJo plot point being removed.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember that plot point may have been completely missing, and possibly I don't exactly remember part of part 6 exactly. On the account of mostly the finale taking a lot of scene points, because again, it's one of the few finales where the villain wins, like outright wins, but it doesn't. I kind of tend to forget that because, that shit happens in part 6 where basically everybody dies, but that they really don't after, you know, Emporio just fucking lays down on Poochie, and they sort of come back, but it's not really a comeback. It's confusing because it's like it's a new universe, everything is back to normal, and those who are actually dead and deserve to continue, they're just replaced with semi basically identical version of them, just a lot of details are different, but not enough.
I gotta be honest, the changing of the timeline in uh, JoJo's, like the part 6 thing that leads into Steel Ball Run being
Yeah,
a thing, I'm not a big fan of it.
I mean, in all fairness, this was basically Hiriko Araki just saying goodbye to Shonen Jump and just wanted to close this just wanted to give a nice closure into this, and just, making sure we're not going to do anything again. Then he got into his more monthly thing and decided to bring back JoJo, but since we're not doing this, we're just doing it in an alternate universe. Things are sort of similar, but not really. Like, they could have brought back Amon, but instead we got, the spin, the golden rectangle powers. And stands are sort of the same. Excuse me a second. I'll leave you to it.
I guess his mom is yelling at him right now.
eh.
Well. Oh, this is I guess I might go over this briefly because I know y'all kind of glanced at this, and this isn't me throwing shade or anything like that. So no. I just funny thing with Netflix, I just noticed that AMC's Pantheon's being added to it. That's something I find kind of funny and interesting, and so I guess, and I'm gonna go over this briefly, is that I guess after whole like streaming wars that happened in like 2020 to 2020, like I guess this year, I guess that pretty much came to a close, and that the obvious big mainstays are pretty much like Netflix, Hulu, Max, and maybe Tubi, because that one's free. Like, you notice, if I don't know if like which one of y'all like have Netflix or not, but like a bunch of stuff from HBO and a bunch of stuff from AMC are being added on, obviously because those individual apps, those sites are not pulling in the numbers they need, so it's obvious they need to distribute a lot more so that they get the right view count and all that stuff. So from the looks of things, I believe they signed deals. I don't really know this for certain, but that is kind of funny and interesting seeing all this stuff happen, and then they just say fuck it and just decide to consolidate to an extent. Obviously they're not going to give away their cash cows, House of Dragon, God, Westworld, etc. Those are going to stay on. Be back 15-20. Okay, Alex ain't going to be here for a minute.
I was trying to wait for you to finish up, but is Westworld good? Is that overrated?
First season's good, everything else is shit.
All right.
I like the 1973 movie.
Oh, it's a movie? All right.
Oh yeah. What are we talking about? But yeah, it's just funny seeing that all that's distributed over at Netflix, seeing all these AMC originals being on Netflix, like that Dirty Black Bag. I was like watching that recently, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty decent. They probably like it and Pantheon really suffered for it being only on this small like app basically that only a handful of people got. I think the majority of people only got AMC Plus only for Walking Dead, and that's about it. I don't think they got it for anything else, which yeah, they kind of screwed themselves on that front. So yeah, there's that. I guess I'll end it semi into there. I mean, Hulu is Hulu. I mean, they have their little like deal thing going on, so that doesn't seem to change from the looks of things. But it is kind of funny seeing all that stuff getting consolidated and moving on, move to those two, or at least that one to just Netflix. So that's kind of funny, especially since we did talk about boxing before, but Netflix has been making efforts to move more and more to other like mediums and live content. So especially since like WWE, I believe, is being bought by them, I think, if it wasn't already bought already. So I know they're going to be doing stuff with them. So hopefully by then they improve their infrastructure. So from the looks of things, like they're clearly still making money, or at least they're the ones making money the most out of everybody else, if that makes sense.
They lost a shitload of subscriptions though with that boxing event.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, that's a possibility. They gained a handful and they lost a handful in that same time, because people probably only got it just for the fight. Then they just immediately unsubbed.
Yeah.
You can go on Twitter and find like so many people were pissed off at how those servers failed.
Yeah.
Which,
And then
hey,
imagine
like I said,
their reaction when the fight was shit, like the main event fight.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well. I guess I might end up. Oh yeah, well, I'm still excited for Pantheon. Hopefully that brings more eyes to it. Still a good show. I'm pretty sure that thing's gonna remain pretty much dead. It was like 2 seasons, and I said this before, but like season 2 was most definitely meant to be longer. The last 2 episodes were clearly their ideas for future seasons, stuff like that. But because no one wants the show, they had to cut it short, obviously, which really sucks. But still really good. I might do a video on that, hopefully at some point in the future.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about manga already.
Right. What is Pantheon? Is it good or?
Oh, animated series. It's a drama. Basically like heavy sci-fi show, semi-cyberpunk, where it basically like deals with like people transferring their consciousness to, or at least being forced to transfer their consciousness to like the net, and then like a whole bunch of shenanigans from that. Like there is a lot going on. It does deal with a lot of like different out there like sci-fi concepts and stuff like that, but the story is really, really good. The characters are actually really, really good, and despite them being like well-known actors, they're not that distracting, and I think the voice acting is also pretty neat. So
All right, cool. I'll try and check it out then. See if it. But yeah, shame it won't go any longer. But yeah.
Oh,
see.
completely unrelated. But can I tell you guys about a movie I saw recently?
What film?
Boys in the Hood.
You just
What?
saw Boys in the Hood.
Yes.
Oh.
Look, I grew up in West Virginia. I have not seen Boys in the Hood.
I need a bell or something, like a little ding or a little bingo card. Like every time you say, "Oh hey guys, I watched this totally on." Oh, you're literally Peter Parker. Like, hey, you ever watch this really old movie Aliens? You ever watch this really old movie Empire Strikes Back?
It's an American classic.
You ever heard of this indie film called The Godfather?
God damn it.
Look, I'm not pretending it's anything that's obscure. I'm just saying, hey guys, I've seen this thing, and I'm very well aware that I have not seen a lot of shit. Anyways, I saw Boys in the Hood, and I was not expecting to see Lawrence Fishburne.
You weren't?
Yeah, I wasn't aware he was a part of that movie.
Well, alright. Did you like it?
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought Ice Cube's character was a bit of a dumbass, which is to be expected of someone who stays a gangster and then gets. Spoiler alert for the movie. Doughboy gets killed like 2 weeks after the events of the movie.
Yeah.
Is it a good film at least, or?
It is. It
Yes.
is, Trench. Yes.
All right.
Wasn't it like one of the big movies that led to growing up with hood stores being a cash cow for Hollywood, or was that already a thing when it came out?
It was on the cusp of it starting out, I think. That was one of the bigger ones to come out, and then we got a bunch of other these movies that coming out, like Juice and Do the Right Thing. That's when we were getting more and more of those movies. It was like the cusp of the late early 90s, I think. This was like right after. Oh my god, my timeline might be off like a motherfucker, but this was definitely like the early into the 90s, I think, because I know my dad grew up on these movies.
Before, the only other growing up in the hood movie I had ever seen was Don't Drink Your Juice in South Central.
God damn.
Yeah, and I
What
saw
is
that
that?
when I was like 11 and just flipping through Netflix.
Trench, that is what Marshall mentioned, Don't Drink Your Juice. That is a parody. That is a parody movie by the Wayans brothers parodying the growing up in hood movies. That's what that.
Okay.
So that's why I laughed my ass off that Marshall, his first exposure to a movie like that was a parody of movies like that, which is kind of funny.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I was 11. I hadn't hit puberty yet, and so many things flew over my head. And then when it got to the scene with the party where it showed like the groups of people who were progressively making out, and so they were just fucking, that got me scared, and I turned it off because I didn't want my mom to come in the room and see
Jesus. Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy.
Yeah.
Fucking Do the Right Thing. Fucking Spike Lee. Jesus Christ. The more I think about that movie, the more pissed off I get. I don't know if I'll ever
curiosity.
talk about it. Yeah, go ahead, Trance. I'm sorry.
What are your thoughts on Spike Lee? Like as like a film director, kinda.
Okay, I need to really remind myself what his filmography is, because I think I kind of blurted him out.
Oh.
Okay,
The
Spike.
only thing that really comes to my mind is the remake of Old Boy.
Shit, yeah,
I
that
was thinking
movie's
what's the-
bullshit. Yeah.
Only one I know he did was a movie called The Five Bloods, but that's all I know, and I never watched it.
Yeah.
There's some
He strikes me
animated
as a
film
very
about Vietnam, I
self-involved
think.
guy.
Wait, what, Marshall?
Spike Lee strikes me as a very self-involved guy from what I've seen of his personality.
I know him and Clint Eastwood kind of hated each other for a while.
Yeah,
That's kind of all I know.
Yeah, they did. They fucking did. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
compared-
with
it's-
Clint Eastwood.
What?
He's the man with no name. You put respect on his non-existent name.
Ah, fair enough.
yeah, so I think Spike is a good director. There are some movies of his that I think I've only watched once that I roll my eyes on. I like Malcolm. I think his Malcolm film was really good. Inside Man, I thought, is underrated. Old Boy is shit. Do the Right Thing is overrated. Black Klansman. I think the one thing that really fucks that film is the ending. Because those of you who don't watch the movie, he used Charlottesville. He played footage from Charlottesville at the very, very end.
What? Wait, what about Charlottesville?
Don't you remember Charlottesville?
I don't know that.
They will not replace this bullshit. That was obviously like proto
Ex-
feds or
What?
whatever.
proto feds, and then that person like died, and then that they the Dems have been using that to go after Trump, like the whole, oh, he has not condemned the people there, when that has been the good people there, which has been massively taken out of context, and that he's been
I have no
denouncing.
idea what you're talking about.
Fucking hell, Trench, I'm shocked you don't know this. But
Bro, you live in America.
exactly, like what
Not
the
the East Coast.
Yeah, I don't live in the East Coast either. I live in fucking Missouri.
You just said you're from West Virginia.
I said I grew up in West Virginia.
Fair enough.
What the fuck? But like, yeah, that there are fine people there has been taken out of context, that type of shit. That's why I only watched the film once, because it's like, that has not aged well at all. Especially now, knowing what we know now, knowing how many like federal agents were probably there, and how that whole event has turned to a massive smear campaign that barely anyone even fucking remembers. Honestly, the fact that Trent didn't even know about it, like the fact that you two guys need a reminder about it, kind of proves my goddamn point. How much people just moved on, and honestly, 2020 kind of made that event even worse. Like the whole like people trying to tear statues down and shit, and how much that arguably backfired. And especially with shit with Floyd, it's like it's a massive spiral. That's why you be careful when you do movies like that. Like honestly, in general, obviously, I have my opinions, obviously, but like, if I was to really say, I think I've said this before, but I don't think it's said in a while. But I kind of share my opinions with Eric July politically and a lot of things, especially when it comes to like police and stuff like that. But like. And I'm not a retard, obviously. Floyd had a massive like rep sheet, and one of them was pointing a gun at a pregnant woman, and it still infuriates me to this day that the world burned over a fucking criminal, and it's insane how many people still think Floyd is this angel when he wasn't. And Dave Chappelle should 100% apologize to Candace Owens for his fucking comment on his little mini YouTube Netflix special, whatever the fuck it was called. It was like 17 minutes or some shit, when Derek didn't even kneel on his fucking neck. He was on the nape of his neck, and he was having a fucking drug overdose because he was in possession of fentanyl. What's been said has been said at this point, but this is one of the reasons why I do not like Spike Lee, because he is 100% he's the type of black man to unapologetically be fucking racist towards everybody else and be the victim, and not ever do any self-reflecting whatsoever. And especially since social media now, and there are other channels that have shown that there is a massive issue with the black community in general, and you're seeing like all these little ghetto ass kids singing like little kids singing these rap songs that are inappropriate and acting up, and you're seeing all this stuff like Officer Tatum and other people been calling this shit out for fucking years, and they've been called Gothics. She all called this shit out, and they've been called like pygmies, they've been called wannabe white, all this gay ass shit, which is one of the reasons why I hope I never meet Spike Lee at all. And this is another film, I think, not Black Klansman, and as well as Do the Right Thing can also be applied to, especially the right at the end of that film as well, and that whole situation, and some people have called that film out, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I can watch any of his other, like his racial topic type films, honestly, in general. I don't even know if I even want to watch Malcolm, even though that is a heavy film, and I like Denzel a lot, and I think they do a good enough job of portraying Malcolm. Spike Lee in general is just a very meh director to me, honestly. It's just, he's one of those I actually purposely blurred out of my mind, honestly, if I was to be honest, though. So I don't know if my ramble of my little tirade made sense to y'all, but yeah, I guess I'll end it right there.
Taking a look at
Dude, I never knew it was to that extent, though. I always knew he was kind of one of those kind of dudes, but I never knew it was to that extent, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at his catalog, and like it's The Son of Sam, Old Boy, The 25th Hour, which is on my list, and like the rest of it is like racially based movies. Like the man clearly has a complex of some sort.
Yeah. Like he's 100% that type of clown that will like not say a fucking thing about Baltimore. He won't say a fucking thing about Southside Chicago. He will not say hands up, I want to grow up, which was an actual thing that happened in Chicago. This was several years ago. I don't know, I forgot how long, but this was I believe when Obama was still in office. At least I know this before Trump got in office, where there were a group of parents that were actually scared because so many kids would get caught in a crossfire of gang shootings, and like whenever black on black crime is ever mentioned, they shut that shit down immediately, even though it is a massive fucking problem. But they'll happily go on and on about white folk, Asian folk, and all those other shits. It is infuriating, honestly, in general. I'm glad more people are coming to my side and sharing my opinion on things. But yeah, Spike is 100% that type of person, and it's honestly sad to see that. Honestly, it's depressing thinking about that shit.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
Yeah, we all got like one of them directors that we know is just fucking retarded. Like, fuck, what's the one for me? Well, damn.
Wait, what?
Who?
I'm trying to think of like one director that I know for a fact. Like I can like a lot of their movies and not like them as a person. Martin Scorsese.
Damn,
He
really?
makes some of the best movies ever out there. He is very much Hollywood alumni.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he's made a bunch of comments about, Trump and the right wing and that type of shit.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't until you mentioned his
And
comments.
It really sucks.
Oh, sorry.
It really sucks because, I used to have like thoughts about like if I were to meet him, how much I would like to tell him like, dude, you really are making some great shit. Taxi Driver is like one of the best movies out there. But if I were to ever meet him, he would probably, like shoo me off like one of those rich fucks in like a, stereotypical Hollywood 80s movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder. Trying to think. Has Quentin Tarantino ever really talked politics? He kind of stayed away from that crap.
I think he has to an extent. Like, I'm not gonna go too far into a rabbit hole.
He's lefty, but he mostly just likes his things. He likes blood and violence and feet.
That is true, but there is a possibility he might be. There's a possibility he might be a communist or a communist sympathizer. Razorfist did a video on Hollywood, like 2 videos, like Hollywood Was Always Red and a follow-up, where someone got an award, and he was very anti-communist, and the people sitting down that weren't clapping, kind of outed themselves as either pro-communist or communist sympathizers, basically. Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, Quentin Tarantino, and I know a few others were the people that stay seated and didn't clap. So.
Oh. That I'll look into now, because I guess that's his first video, because I think his second
that's
one
not
was the history of it.
I don't think that was his first. Well, you mean the first video he talked about at Hollywood? You mean his first video in general?
I know, like, one of them he talked about the history, how it was always red. That's
Right.
what I remember watching.
Yeah, okay. Either watch that one or the follow-up, because I know he made like 2 or 3 different videos on it.
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting to think about, because, funny enough, when I watched the Reagan film, it actually brought up how back in the past, communists tried to get in. Although the way the film painted it was that Reagan helped kick him out, which, as we can kind of tell nowadays, kind of wasn't true, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something that really gets on my fucking nerves?
What?
When directors like Ridley Scott act like such prissy assholes when they haven't made a good movie in like 2 fucking decades.
Yeah, or they basically inflate numbers for the movies they do, like James Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no offense. Who here actually believes Avatar made that much money?
That may have been cooked. That may the books may have been cooked on that one. Yeah. Yeah. That I don't. Yeah. I wish James just went back to making other movies. Honestly, instead of just freaking Avatar flick after Avatar flick. I mean, he already filmed them.
Wow.
They're just doing the effect work, basically. I think he filmed, what was it, 4 back to back. So the third one is the second one he filmed. So there's like 2 more after this, which is insane to say that out loud.
Well, plus also the video game and the animated show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ridley Scott, like, damn, I know I only watched Jeremy John's review of Gladiator 2, but God, like, first sentence and, like, I was like, damn it, this is exactly what I thought it was gonna be, so I'm like, fuck. So I don't know if I'll wait till the director's cut, or maybe I will watch it, like, or maybe wait a bit for the price to go down.
Has the director cut for Napoleon been released yet, or not?
I don't know, honestly, like, has it? I might have to look.
Because if it hasn't, then I'm honestly going to say I'm pretty sure the film just sucks ass. Because I know some people are like waiting for the director's cut to come out for it to be good, but like the film just looks like dog shit right now. Because it's like, yes, Napoleon, except not the stuff he's known for. You know, all the war. God, that was so dumb. It's like you make a film about Eisenhower, yet I don't know, he's like fishing on a harbor or something.
Okay, I guess the director's cut's already out, but it's out on Apple Plus. Because you have to remember, Napoleon was originally meant to come on Apple, and then it came out in theaters. So I guess that was, yeah.
Probably the smarter decision in hindsight.
Yeah, big time. That's insane how that's par for the course for Ridley, honestly. Now, I like a lot of his director's cuts. I like Kingdom of Heaven, Gladiator, Robin Hood. Robin Hood has a good director's cut. But yeah, that's really, that's a shame. that's a freaking shame.
Yeah.
Pip, thoughts on Super Size Me? I think I said my thoughts on it. I think I did, or maybe I did in chat. But, yeah, the movie's shit. Has not aged well at all. Like, oh yeah, we did talk about this in another podcast, but I'll happily repeat it here. Like, the dude was a massive alcoholic. He destroyed his liver already. He had a vegan girlfriend, which basically made him a vegan. He was fudging some things up. Like the counter documentary, Fathead did a really good job of breaking shit down. Like, it's kind of nuts, especially since that documentary came out only like 2 or 3 years after Super Size Me. And I think it's kind of been proven like over time. Now, granted, hopefully things are shaping up well. Hopefully, RFK actually does what he sets out to do, and hopefully fix the massive food issue that is going on in this country. That's been going on for the last couple of decades. Yeah. If you want a black pill, look into that shit. Jesus Christ.
It's like,
My
but
mom still
his
believes in the
vaccine take.
super-sized
Who
documentary.
cares? Oh, sorry, Marshall.
My mom still believes in the supersized documentary, even though I've tried to explain to her that the guy was a lying piece of shit.
Yeah.
Was that McDonald's one or something?
Yeah, that's the McDonald's one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he made Super Size Me 2, which was covering something else, but I don't think anyone gave a shit about that one, to be honest. Or was it a mini-series? Was that a documentary series? It was like making his own restaurant or some shit. It was something like that, I don't remember. I don't really care, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, sadly enough, fucking Vincent ain't here.
Tony
Sadly enough.
Todd died.
Oh. Wait, which one talk about Vincent?
Sorry, Marshall said something, and I was like, wait, what?
Oh, sorry.
I was trying to anticipate what you were going to talk about. I was going to bring up the sad passing of Tony Todd.
Oh yeah, well, he already talked about that in a chill chat. I don't know if like you want to talk about that here. Like, if you want to talk
I
Tony
think-
Todd, like, sure.
Well, in that case, the Final Destination is still very beloved series of mine. Like, 3 and 4 aren't that great, but he was great in every appearance he made.
Yeah. Although I still think he's best in obviously Candyman.
Yeah, Candyman is a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
Sucks that the remake just made it into racism.
Yeah.
Even though racism was covered in the original, it was much more than that.
A lot more, yeah.
Like the idea
that-
of a living urban legend that is trying to sustain itself, and like I believe there was some sort of like metaphors for trying to keep a culture alive with that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you can see it that way. Be my victim.
Yeah.
And wasn't like one of his last roles voicing fucking Venom?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it was.
Wait. I thought the voice of Venom was the dude who did the
No,
dude
he's
who
talking about
played
the
Eddie.
video game.
The video
Sp-
wait, he was Venom in the video game?
Spider-Man
Yeah.
PS5. Spider-Man 2 PS5. Tony plays Venom.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
never
listen
going to
to
be able to
that,
bring
then.
back Venom for that series. You just can't replace Tony Todd.
Nope.
Really sucks. Unless they get like a new symbiote and have it played by Keith David, that'd be fucking cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Although I'm not gonna lie, you'd probably just be hearing either Captain Anderson or the Arbiter.
Not Spawn?
But
Not Spawn.
Oh, yeah,
Are you
Spawn
fucking
too.
kidding me?
I'll admit, I don't know much about Spawn.
It's because Spawn's powers are kind of like a symbiote when you actually think about it. Like, his suit's kind of like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of where I was going. It's like, oh, Keith David's playing this guy with black goop. So I'm like, huh. Reminds me of
Yeah, I
another
think about that,
superpower.
You think he could
Wait.
play like a Carnage or something?
Mm,
Carnage,
no.
yeah, Carnage is kind of a little too crazy for Keith David.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know
Riot's
much about the.
either Riot
I'm
or
not
some other
much of
ones.
an extended symbiote guy. I don't really know that much about them, and I haven't seen the Venom movies because PG-13 ratings are like holy water to a vampire for me.
Yeah, they're way too like limited.
You mean PG-13 movies in general, or the fact that they're rated PG-13?
When they're rated PG-13, when they should obviously be rated R, like Venom
Yeah.
should have been rated R.
Yeah, okay, that's what you're talking about. It was originally going to be. Then they changed their mind. They've said, oh,
I
it
think
was
more than that.
always meant to be PG-13. Like, no. They announced it as rated R. They said they announced it as rated R. And even Tom said that they shot some scenes that they cut. So, par for the course for that entire trilogy.
You want to know something? You want to know who should voice Carnage in like a video game? The guy who did the voice for the Darkness in I
Mike
believe it was,
Patton.
like Darkness 2. Yeah,
Mike Patton.
yeah,
And what?
Mike Patton.
Fucking Venom 2, man. Jesus Christ. That's I think that hurts. That one hurts more than the first or third because you do Carnage it's directed by Andy Serkis, so I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. And it's like, oh, PG-13, and it's just repeating the same things for the first movie, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? There's just there's so much for Let There Be Carnage. That's such a stupid fucking movie. That whole trilogy's a goddamn joke.
At the very least, it introduced the wider public to female Venom, and we got some artwork out of it. We didn't get a lot, but we got some.
Yeah.
Was the third one good? I kind of watched the third one.
I've heard mixed things on it. From what I hear, is basically it's like, oh, hey, if you like the first two, you like this one. That's about it.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't like the first two.
Exactly, that's my thoughts exactly. Like, I like the first one on first viewing or so, but then the more you watch it, the more you see it's just how many issues with that film. It's ridiculous.
I like the trailers where it's just Venom and Eddie accidentally harassing a bunch of random celebrities like Dana White and I believe Busta Rhymes. I'm not familiar with a lot of faces when it comes to rap, but I believe it was him. But I don't think I'll ever watch the movie.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Fucking Cletus Cassidy. You get Cletus Cassidy in a movie. He's done by Woody Harrelson, and it's shit. Yeah, boy.
Woody Harrelson, really?
Yeah, it was Woody. It was Woody.
I don't think Woody Harrelson when I think of Cletus Cassidy. I think of like the guy who played Rorschach. I forget his name.
Jackie O'Harley. Jackie O'Harley. And many other people were fan casting him as Cletus for a long time. Me and a bunch of people wanted him as Cletus. Then we saw Woody in that fucking Anne from Anne Shirley fucking Anne musical. Is that her fucking... God damn it, whatever. That god-awful hairdo he had in that first film. In that little in-credit scene. When I get out of here, there's gonna be carnage. Like,
yeah.
Some casting directors just shouldn't have jobs. They should be the fucking janitor.
Yeah.
oh wait, there we go. There's a gif of that.
Let me see what this is. Oh, that doesn't look good.
Oh, there it is. There's the fucking...
Oh yeah, the bottom one, yep.
Yeah, when I get out here, there's gonna be carnage.
He looks like Tim Curry in Rocky Horror Picture Show where he's...
Oh god.
Oh god, that's awesome. I know. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
let me get a fucking kiss off. There.
I don't know why it reminds me of Weird Al Yankovic, except with a stronger jawline.
Oh,
I'm just gonna start singing about aluminum foil.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, okay, let me just show this for fucking... God damn it. Let's show this for fucking chat. Okay,
You wanna know what that Carnage transformation reminds me of in that GIF you first posted?
yeah.
It reminds me of the fucking like werewolf and vampire transformations in the Van Helsing movie from 2004.
Yeah. That's not half... Yeah. That's pretty accurate.
Well, out of curiosity, just like a weird thing with that film a while back, where like some people hated it, some people liked it, or some weird thing about that.
It's very clearly a bad movie.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Okay, well, depends on who you talk to. A lot of people really, really like it because it's so cheesy. I think as the years have gone by, a lot more people appreciate it because it's clearly meant to be this cheesy action flick, semi hammer horror type movie. Excuse me. But like at first, not that many people really liked it. Understandably so, because like, how do you really sell a movie like that? We have like all these horror characters here, like Van Helsing's like apparently Gabriel's like, what the hell is this? But as time progressed, people just embraced the insanity and actually like have had fun with it. Basically, like it's clearly not meant to be taken that seriously at all. So, like, I think it's fun. I think it's fun, but I get it.
If I remember correctly, it was supposed to kick off an era of like classic Universal monsters coming back, but it didn't really do well and got criticized a lot. So Universal or whoever was in charge of it just decided to back off. There was also a released movie that was like an animated spin-off called Van Helsing: The London Assignment that follows Van Helsing chasing down Jekyll and Hyde, where it like leads up into the actual like live action movie.
Like Jekyll and Hyde from the
yeah,
old book? Or...
No, Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah, because at the beginning of the movie, Van Helsing is already hunting Jekyll and Hyde. He's already like caught up with him, and he pretty much like he dies, and then that's the end of his assignment. So I'm guessing the show was supposed to lead up to that point. So, like him investigating, him looking into it, him being sent by the church, and all that stuff. Okay, that actually sounds interesting. Damn.
I kept on seeing a DVD of it in my local thrift store that I go to for movies, but every time that I saw it, I had already collected like a bunch of other movies I was looking for, and I was like, I can't really afford to get this right now.
Damn. 2004? Yeah. What the fuck? Why am I just now noticing about this? Oh, 33 minutes.
What?
Oh, this is short. Okay. Okay. It's not like a whole like series. It's just a short. It's like a 33-minute short. Okay, so it's like a it's like a companion piece. Okay. That explains a few things.
I know they're not always good, but I do really like animated tie-in stuff. Like I have the Dead Space movies, like both of them.
There are movies made off the games?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm guessing they're bad.
First one is like, it's called Aftermath, and it follows like a crew that is on the USG Ishimura as things are going to shit, and like everyone dies. Spoiler. And I enjoyed it well enough. And then the next one is like, I forget what it's called, but it's like several animation style anthology series where it covers a group going over the events of them discovering like a marker relay or something. And the actual animations used in the flashback sequences where they're talking about what happened to them is actually really good. It's just like when you go back to the present time, they use this fucking awful CGI. You can find the entire movie on YouTube because EA doesn't give a shit. They probably want it to be buried. They don't care.
Yes.
But, yeah, but I got a lot of stuff like that. Like, I even have a live-action Assassin's Creed movie from before the 2016 one.
Oh, the one with Ezio's dad?
Yeah. I got the Animatrix. I got a ton of shit.
The Animatrix is actually pretty awesome. If anything, it's one of the better, better sequel tie-ins to the Matrix than anything else. Oh, do you know that Batman Gotham Knights, is technically a tie-in to the Nolan Batman movies? Did you know about that? Or did you even watch it?
I didn't watch it, but I did hear that the Batwoman show was in the same universe as the Nolan movies.
Wait, what?
Wait,
What'd
Wait,
you say?
what?
I'm sorry, you cut off for a minute. What'd you say?
He said
I
that
heard-
the battle.
I heard that the Batwoman show takes place in the same universe as the Nolan movies.
That's bullshit. That is bullshit.
Yeah, it's a CW universe.
That's CW universe.
I didn't verify because I didn't fucking care.
Right.
But bring it back. It's kind of wild that in the 2000s we might have had Universal Monsters cinematic universe, but it failed
Why don't
because
they
Van Helsing
also-
was not that well made of a movie.
Yeah, they've been
Didn't
Didn't they
trying-
also
trying.
try it
It was-
again with
It's a bit
Frankenstein?
hard to follow. And for a
Um,
general audience, it's a bit hard to follow.
yeah, I mean, well, technically they were the first ones to make it. Universal's been meaning to do that for decades, if anything.
Yeah.
Like you said with Van Helsing, and I'm guessing Mummy technically counts too.
Yeah.
With
But
that,
that got taken over by Tom Cruise.
yeah. Like that attempt, Dracula Untold, maybe I Frankenstein, and yeah, there were multiple attempts to start one up, but it never really fell through. Because either the movies weren't bad or they were hard sells, something like that in Van Helsing's case. Which is a big irony because Universal's monster universe, like the early ones, like in the what was it, the 50s, 40s, the black and white ones, like those ones, that is a cinematic universe. That is arguably like the first cinematic universe that actually exists. And it's just as time progressed, unless you're a massive horror fan or a massive monster nerd, you wouldn't really know that. So which is really kind of sad, honestly, to see that that studio try to recapture that and try to do something, but they're just chasing after Marvel or whoever at that point in time. Honestly, I don't think anyone wants to chase after Marvel now. But
Nope.
yeah, what you gonna say, Marshall?
Wasn't Voyage of the Demeter also supposed to be like the beginning of another cinematic universe?
I have no idea, but I do know it adapts like I think what was it, one chapter in Dracula. So I know that. Yeah.
Only one?
Because like if you don't really know, like Dracula, like the book Bram Stoker's Dracula or the movie Bram Stoker's Dracula, which adapts the book of the same name, there is the voyage like passage scene, and it's just a small scene in the movie. In the book it's like 1 or 2 chapters, so it's been adapted several times in the past. I know that crummy BBC miniseries adapted it for like an episode or so. So like, but like I've heard like very mixed things on the whole voyage film in general, honestly.
Yeah, I heard that there was a lot of scenes in the movies that you could tell were just made for the trailer and nothing else.
Damn.
Like one Romani chick, I believe, in the movie, she knows that Dracula is coming on board and that he's bad business, but she's never direct with the crew about how he's a danger and how these coffins full of dirt are actually really bad fucking news. They're like, look, lady, why the fuck do you keep attacking the boxes? And she's like, there's an ancient evil on board. It's like, that doesn't fucking narrow it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. On another topic, vampire movie, Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. That's looking to be pretty fucking hype, even though it probably won't sell well like The Northman.
No, it's for too. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Robert loves his naked people. See, like Lily Rose Depp is ass naked on a horse for a split second, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on
Wait,
here?
what?
One of the trailers, you see her, she's nude on a horse for a split sec. I'm guessing she has vampirism. I'm guessing. It's quite clear the movie's doing its own version of the Dracula story, obviously, because it's doing the Nosferatu story. It's doing, like, which, if you don't know the history of Nosferatu, it's like its own little vampire like story, because they like not a semi-adaptation of Dracula, semi-not adaptation of Dracula, if you know what I mean. So
I heard that for one of the scenes in the movie, they got 5,000 trained rats, and Robert Eggers didn't anticipate how much rats shit, so the set smelled absolutely awful.
That's gross. Fucking hell. I did not know about that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be lit entirely by like fucking candles and daylight and shit. The man is insane.
Yeah.
Wait, is this the dude who made a lighthouse?
Lighthouse, Northman, and the
And-
Beach. I keep saying Vitch because it's
Damn,
two
that's-
V's. It's two V's in the if you actually spell it.
I
But
just
yeah,
say
he's
witch,
just
but yeah.
the witch. Yeah, it's the same guy. It's the same guy. Really good director. Really good
Damn.
horror director. So expect a lot of good shit. Expect to be creepy,
dudes.
eerie. Like all the trailers really show. Like it's meant to be very unsettling. Willem Dafoe seems to be doing a good job as he always does, and something Skarsgård Pennywise. Looking forward to that. Albeit, I hope he isn't too much like Pennywise when we see him in full. But
To be fair, or yeah. Well, because he's still related, or yeah, because if he's as good as his brother, then I think it'll be fine. Because he's brothers with the dude who played Iceman in Generation Kill.
yeah, the
Outside
Skarsgård
Skarsgård.
family are their own group of actors. Yeah, there's Stellan, Alexander, and
believe-
there's a few others.
I believe the brothers are Alex and Bill.
Yeah, Bill
Uh,
Skarsgård. That's who's playing, the pale boy. Knows for.
I expect Nosferatu is going to be a fucking banger, and that it's not going to catch on with general audiences.
Yeah.
Well, did that lighthouse do okay, or
It's A24, so it's like low budget. I have no idea unless you want to check the like the actual box office numbers. That's I don't really know, honestly. Those movies don't really do that well financially, unless you count some of the horror movies. Honestly, all things considered.
Can I just say something about like A24 movies and other like indie art house type movies?
Yes.
I'm getting really fucking tired of that wide ass lens that like tries to be overly cinematic. Like I want something like 28 Days Later where they got a shitty camcorder that has that weird light gleam on it because that looks fucking interesting.
I mean, the lighthouse is just done by basically a square setting, so you know.
Yeah, and it looks really good because of that. It makes it feel more authentic. But like I love Hereditary. I do not like the sort of camera they have for Hereditary.
Hereditary? What is that film?
Oh,
It's
that's
the really disturbing family cult movie.
yeah.
with,
Oh, is that the one where like the older son was like a thing for the devil?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's
Okay, yeah.
he's Paimon, I think. I forgot. He's one of the Lords of Hell.
Paimon.
Yeah, he's Paimon. He's revealed to be not really revealed because he takes control of his body like at the very end, and the evil naked cult worship him and shit at the very end.
God, that
Yeah.
movie was so upsetting.
Yeah. That honestly, that's one of those few times where like I hate to sound like this asshole, but like some horror movies don't really do it for me. Like a movie like Hereditary, like that's pretty that's how you're supposed to do it. Hereditary or Junji Ito stuff, that can do it for me. Yeah, it's like
a
the
wonderful
scene.
movie, but
Actually-
I don't think I'll ever watch it again. It just made me very upset.
Yeah, I think I only watched it like 2 or 3 times, honestly. Yeah, that the shit with his sister like and having a peanut allergy, which I think the only part of the movie that really pisses me off is the fact she doesn't have an EpiPen. It's like your daughter's going with your son to a party, she doesn't have a pen with her. That's very fucking irresponsible, but whatever. I guess that's kind of the point, is that she her incompetence kind of fucked it up, but that either an oversight. But like the scene where she's like pulling her like head out to get some air as she's having her allergy attack and she hits the pole, like that whole scene from him like just glancing at her body and looking forward, and like him just driving to the house and him just going to bed and hear his mom like just screaming, like that is just so well done and so eerie. And you see for like a split second like her head covered in bugs and shit. like on the road.
One of the things that really got to me in that movie was like the dysfunctional family drama, like the nightmare the mother has where she tells the son that she doesn't love him and he starts bawling. That hurt me. That hurt me a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh, that one's fucked too. Especially when she's like start crying and they're set on fire, and she's like she wakes up and just goes to him and says, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I love you, I love you, I love you." Like that is just Jesus. And then that final act of the movie is just straight up bonkers. You just want to curl up. You just want to curl up and go, I want this to be over. It's like his mom's just banging her head on the fucking ceiling like she's fucking the devil from Exorcist, just like over and over and over again. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not watching that movie anymore.
Yeah.
I'm already a
I don't
pussy.
blame you.
I'm already a pussy, and yeah.
It's not so much overtly scary as it'll just fuck you up emotionally.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate, honestly.
Well,
Have a go. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually want to go over something else, unless y'all want to like to talk about like anything else before I move on.
I
I'm
do
just
have
gonna
one
wait till
thing.
you.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Over steak, I believe it was either last night or the night before, I enlightened my parents about the escapades of the CIA with Fidel Castro and the
Oh, God.
escapades of Fidel Castro with milk. Are
I
you
crave
interested?
milk.
well. That's,
Oh yeah, because he loved milk. He had like a whole dairy farm, a cow he loved. Yes.
This motherfucker bred a cow with like scientists with guns to the back of their head. It was like, you build me a milk making cow right now, or your entire family goes in the hole. And they, like, after trial and error, made one cow named Ubre Blanca who could produce like fucking 59 gallons in a day. And it was like this. It was a cow smaller than a person, and it lived for 19 years. And he fucking loved this cow more than anyone. And it was like all part of this idea he had where he wanted to like make cows that could fit in people's houses so that they could produce milk whenever they wanted. But that was a big problem because Cuba is a hot fuck place, and milk producing cows aren't really built for Cuba. And it was a whole thing. And like it even got involved in like one of the many assassination attempts that the CIA had on him because they tried to poison his milkshakes.
Yeah, the man just loved his dairy. Like,
Yeah, you know who was a dictator, so he would eat a dictator's meal every evening, and after like courses of ribs and veal and whatever the fuck he wanted, he would eat 2.5 pints of ice cream. Like, I want you to envision eating a full banquet and then 2.5 pints of ice cream on top of that.
He either purged or, well, maybe that explains why he got so fat.
Yeah.
unironically, I mean, ice cream is definitely one of the most calorie-rich foods, and yeah, you'll imagine why he gets fat on that shit.
Uh,
With, basically having banquets just about every day.
he made a super mega ice cream shop in the middle of a Havana slum because he wanted the people to have ice cream.
Yep. Were they even able to afford it?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they couldn't. Or maybe he like just made the workers work without pay, because that's also something communist dictators do.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't.
Yeah.
But we can all remember the wacky and weirdy ways on how the CIA tried to constantly kill Fidel Castro, and some of them reach fucking Looney Tunes level shit.
They
Yeah.
tried to believe that he would frequently dive near.
Yeah.
I must remember that one. They were basically trying to either poison or rig a cigar with explosive.
They did both. And that's how we got Cuban cigars, because he would just grow his own afterwards, because he didn't trust any that came from other countries. There was also a story where they would get his ex-lovers and try to get them to kill him after a night at dinner at his place, and they would always have the plan as a backup. You can come to America, all that shit, and Fidel would start a fight with the women, and then after the fight, he would fuck them, and he would after a while he started making sure that they kept the wire on so that the CIA could hear him having sex.
I don't respect dictators, but still, what a fucking man.
Yeah.
And you would imagine why possibly why instead... I still can't believe that, it just keeps reminding me of how Justin Trudeau may be the illegitimate offspring of Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the mannerisms all right.
I don't remember Fidel Castro doing blackface.
You can thank college for that. It's a den of racists anyway. Don't go to college, it'll make you racist.
Gemini in the comments says, explosive cigars, the CIA must have been huge fans of Looney Tunes. No, they weren't. It was just the CIA was doing a shit ton of LSD in the 60s.
Nah, that's what Looney Tunes based it off of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That literally, I wouldn't be surprised if one of their plan is, okay, we have this anvil, we'll just drop it on him.
They probably
Just drop
did.
an anvil out of a C-47.
When I was telling my parents about the CIA's antics, my mom was like, what the fuck was wrong with these people? I was like, they're on LSD. They're on meth. This was back when they were still discovering what drugs did to people. This was back during MK Ultra. This is what created Charles Manson and the Unabomber.
Yep. I feel like people need to learn more enough that possibly that bad LSD trip created by the CIA might have created one of the most dangerous terrorists in American history.
It's like when people ask why there were so many serial killers in the 70s, like, was there something in the water? Yes, it's called cocaine.
Yes, there was something in their drink. Yes, there was something in their drink. They put shrooms in it.
What a wild time to be alive.
Indeed. All because they literally wanted to have cartoon-style mind control over people.
Yeah.
Then they figured out all you have to do is just make them feel fear.
Yep. And they just realized that fear is literally that. But again, I still can't believe how literally the CIA in the 60s and 70s was literally a supervillain union. I'd even be surprised if they were planning on building a jet shaped like a skull with lasers.
Literally,
Probably
the CIA. It's like the CIA were a bunch of morons experimenting with LSD. Well, the KGB literally caused one of the worst environmental disasters in history because they hid the plans to a fucking power plant. Which way, Western man? Chernobyl or LSD in the water?
Both sides literally discovered psychers, and they didn't do anything with them.
Psychers? You mean like psychics?
Yes, they discovered that fucking astral projection is real and can be used for warfare. But because the people who usually could do it were, hippy dippy types who didn't want to fucking contribute to this shit, they dropped it.
Man, that's some bullshit.
Excuse me, Ron.
This is their plan, people. These are demons. Just like the Bible says, it's basically an intergalactic invasion into this space through people. I'm telling you, it's what all the ancients said, it's what they warned of, it's what we're dealing with. They're demons.
I'm sorry, I had
I
to.
didn't know that. I
First
didn't
off,
know that Alex Jones watched the. I didn't know that he knows the plot of Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh God.
anyway,
I don't want to think
Marmar.
about that.
Anyway, Marmar, can you run that shit again by me? You say astral projection is real? Excuse me?
Yes, they would take a person, put him inside of a building, write a message on the top of the building, the outside, and they would have the guy astral project and tell them what was on top of that building, and he would get it right all of the time.
No.
Alright.
That's bullshit. I call him bullshit. That is no.
Yeah, you
No.
kind of get into some weird stuff when it comes to stuff like that. And I don't want to sound like too Bible thumpy here, but there is some weird, creepy shit when it comes to stuff like that. Whether it's psychedelics or whether it actually is spiritual contact and that type of shit. It's some real bad shit that you do not want to like think about or get into. Honestly, all things considered, and I don't want to sound like too much of a demonologist or something like that. Though I'm just saying, like, there's some creepy shit when it comes to astral projection and all that stuff surrounding it. I know other people, and I know Tal said he doesn't believe in whole LSDs and all these other drugs unlocking like certain realms within the brain. They most definitely exist to an extent. It's just that it's one of those things that that you kind of like look at. It's one of those things you look into, like you have to think on a spiritual level or something like that. It's very eerie and very, very off to really like look into, honestly, all things really considered. It's one of those creepy shit.
We're not ready.
Cal says a lot of shit. I remember one stream he was talking about people like, the fucking Aleister Crowley types who believe that willpower can, manifest shit, and he's like, that's fucking dumb. And then like some streams later he was talking about like, the energy you put out into the world, that really affects things. It's like, motherfucker, you're just talking about the same concept.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. I feel like we're not ready for this yet.
Maybe.
We're gonna need to create a breakaway civilization that lives in the webway and protect humanity from the demons and aliens that wish to harm us and farm our souls.
And our balls.
Yeah. Don't forget our balls. They want that protein.
That's a Dananon reference.
Wait a minute. That's literally the plot to XCOM 2 though. They used human DNA and mixed it with the other aliens to make them stronger. That's just XCOM 2.
And
it's also the fourth Predator movie, which fucking sucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Which one was that? Was that the Shane Black one or the one before that?
The Shane Black one.
The Shane Black one.
Okay.
The one where predators are trying to weaponize autism.
Yeah.
They literally did.
But I still,
Oh, God.
but I still remember the second XCOM game. They were using snakes to extract DNA.
God damn it! Don't remind me of that.
I will always remind everybody of the Snussie. It is alien, I can fuck it, and nobody will stop me.
Yeah, until they spit poison breath in your face and you die because, oh, I don't have a fucking medkit, meh. Go fuck yourself, snakes. It's like they're fucking wrapping you up in a comb or like a cocoon isn't that bad. Just a goddamn poison breath, that sucks.
Oh yeah, that's why you bring a face shield. Then...
Oh. Jeez.
I gotta be
I don't
honest.
know.
I prefer, out of all the like xeno species, I prefer stuff like Eldar.
I mean, they're literally fucking space elves. There's not that much difference.
Or no, the space elves. Wouldn't that be the sectoids?
No.
I prefer them because I prefer things that walk on legs, like preferably 2 legs.
If
Fair
The
enough.
human body shape in general is a lot better to me. I'm not a big fan of the Snussie.
If Ollie could see you, he would be very ashamed of you. Appreciate the snake waifu.
Pull up.
Also, if 40k doesn't end with humanity and the Eldar coming together to form an alliance, the galaxy is fucking doomed.
How do we go from Spike Lee to this shit? That's what I want to know.
I have no
That's the
idea.
Spike Lee to 40K rabbit hole. You don't know about this?
No, I don't.
Watch Black Klansman, and all of a sudden you have a book on the fire of McCrog or some shit. Wait, McCrog didn't fall. It was Prospero and the other one.
Ball.
Shit. I need to make this joke. Fuck. Okay.
Lieutenant, this isn't letting help.
So, the Stalk's out a question for you, Marshall?
Does she have arms?
On the bottom. She's like a spider.
She's out of the question.
I
Wait,
mean,
what?
Private text chat. Let me post another one.
I don't know, man. Maybe
Character from Saga. I had a long running joke with some friends. That's all.
Wait, what?
Okay, I gotta be honest. The
Okay,
like
Oh, hell nah, nope.
first three peak when it comes to alien women that come to my mind are Eldar, Yautja, and fucking female Turians.
So all I'm saying
Wait,
is,
what about Quarians?
I do not really care for the Quarians. Tally is nice, but I
it's just her. She's the only
Wait,
sane one.
What are you, fucking, sorry simp?
All I'm
I'm
saying
not
is,
really part of the reason why I can't get into stuff like Star Trek is I'm not really a fan of aliens that are just humans. Like you know how there were groups of people back in the 70s and 80s who believed that aliens were literally just like blonde-haired white elf people. That shit's bland to me.
That's just a
Yeah.
budgetary thing, though. That's a budgetary
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's not
What
till
they
you get
got
to other
to-
stuff.
Yeah,
Like, if you want to get into
I
like,
don't like the aesthetic.
well, I mean, like, if you want like a really good sci-fi show that has really good alien design, Farscape and Doctor Who, kind of. If you want, Farscape's really good because they use puppets and a bunch of other like stuff and really good makeup and stuff like that. Like the aliens actually looked alien in a way, even though the main crew is
Wasn't that
semi.
one? Oh,
It's this. The designs in Doctor Who are pretty interesting.
yeah,
Even if one of them is literally just Slender Man.
Yeah.
those were supposed to be the Silent Man, if I remember correctly, because I just got into that.
wait, there's a
season.
Slender Man Doctor Who monster?
No, it
is
looks
basically-
similar to the Slender Man. There is a alien monster that looks similar to the Slender Man.
Yeah,
wanna
and
see
the
now.
whole thing- Yeah, and that thing, basically, if I remember correctly, if you look at it, then you forget about it. Like, as soon as you move your eyes away, forget about it. Oh yeah, and Lone, I wanted to say about the spider lady. So you're saying 8 legs,
Yeah.
7 vaginas.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Kinda. I mean, well, there is a scene with her in the well in like the earlier.
Fuck.
Saga's batshit. Saga's pretty
I hope somebody
batshit.
gets that reference.
Also, plug making a new Saga video of the recent issues, and funny enough, it is oddly getting better to say, which is weird because the last couple issues have like the issues prior have not been the greatest. The story has not been going anywhere. It's damn it. Disconnect, reconnect. Okay,
Yeah,
we should. Yeah. All right.
Oh,
What?
you're better now, yeah.
Okay. Where am I? When did I cut out?
You were going through
you're-
Necron biotransference.
Shit. Like, when did I start? When I talk about Saga, that was when it started cutting out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been getting better. Definitely better than the recent, the previous issues prior to the recent ones. And first time in a while, I'm actually looking forward. I'm actually looking forward to a new, like, issue that's coming out. Hopefully, either soon this year or next year. Even though it's moving at a snail's pace, since it's monthly, but I am looking forward to an extent. So that's kind of the reason why I continue reading, honestly. And it's good to see that my faith kind of paid off into the series. I was hoping that Brian can keep that up, and hopefully this is not just a high point within the story. But who knows? Yeah, there's that tangent out of the way. I don't plan on doing this for long. Hey, Trent, you want to talk about Arcane?
What?
Shit.
Oh, god damn it.
That's my thing.
If you're having problems,
All I wanted to ask is, you Americans, can you tell me
Mhm.
about the cabinet pick that Trump had?
what about it?
Yeah,
Which one?
Oh, you know, where would Elon Musk even fit in this? Is
Well, I
he
know
just-
him and Ramaswamy are doing the whole Doge thing. It's like their own. It's a new agency, basically.
Oh, so it's just an agency.
Yeah, it's
Can I tell you
basically
something? Can I tell you guys something that fucked me up?
what.
There was like a time a year back when I was marathoning the Assassin's Creed games, specifically Ezio's trilogy, because I wanted to do a full complete. And there is a part in Assassin's Creed 2 where you are assassinating a political official or protecting one. I can't remember the specifics. And the guy's official title is the Doge. And after, 2009 internet culture, that name has just been fucking ruined.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh god.
Why is he still attached? Why is he still attached to that? That whole Doge thing.
Like that meme?
Yeah.
I think
Because he's
it's
a
a
40 to
boomer
50-year-old
thing.
man who he's a 40 to 50-year-old man who's not really connected that much with modern meme culture, which is quite understandable because it moves kind of fast.
Yeah, I don't blame him. It's just he likes those old kind of boomer memes and just that kind of dumb stuff.
I know.
In all fairness, it's either that or Skibbity Toilet. Which way, Western man?
Not much you can do, but we understand. We understand the grind. So it's just the people on the people on the internet are really have it out for him, for some reason. I still don't get why they want to antagonize him.
They're
Because he
just
bought
fucking
X,
morons.
or bought Twitter and then made it X. And because he, parties around with the evil orange man. I don't like him because Neuralink is fucking scary, and also, the child lithium slave mines. But apparently,
Hey, what?
those aren't good reasons
Oh yeah.
to dislike
Which,
someone.
yeah.
Oh,
People, Western people have it so fucking good. They have no
Yeah.
idea.
who had it good? Excuse me.
Western
Western
people compared to the rest of the world.
No
Yeah,
shit.
we have to invent we can have some guy with actual good reasons to hate him, and we still have to invent our own petty reasons. Like, how there's this Twitter thing with fucking Grok, which, by the way, it wasn't going to be mandatory that your art would be sent into the AI.
Yeah.
Twitter artists got fucking livid and they moved to Blue Sky, which does the
Which is
same
falling
thing,
apart now.
except you can't opt out.
Yeah, and it's also falling apart. 'Cause
Yeah,
apparently
full of
everyone's
child porn.
reporting each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait,
Yes.
what?
Yeah. It's
Excuse-
full of CP, people reporting each other. It's a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
Which is really funny
And
in
now
hindsight.
all the art that they put up on Blue Sky is going to be fed into a AI model without their consent, because they signed it's the South Park thing of where they don't read the terms and conditions, and now all their shit is forfeit.
Like, what do you mean you don't read the terms and conditions? I didn't read we did not read the terms and conditions. Like, but you clicked the button, then you clicked again. I know. God, I love that episode.
God, that episode was so fucking topical.
Yeah. I bet that a bunch of them are just I don't keep up with Blue Sky, I did make an account because I just want to lurk and follow some of the people who moved there full sale.
Fair
Uh,
enough.
yeah, but I'm pretty sure like every single one who has ever like been told about this, like, dude, your AI, your shit's gonna get fed into an AI on Blue Sky. I'm pretty sure they're just like outright rejecting it or some shit because that seems like the thing they do. Like they're
Yeah.
like, nope, that's not happening. And it's like, dude, look, if not looking at the train doesn't mean it's gonna not hit you.
Yeah. AI now is basically inescapable.
Yeah.
Because of fucking group boards, shareholders, and tech bros who are all massive fucking retards who stumble ass backwards into wealth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate this.
Yeah.
I really don't like how things are going.
Yeah.
Can we just hope that maybe under Trump things just stop being so insane and instead people just start screaming, you know, get to do the classical type of insanity. You know?
One can hope.
Yeah. One can hope. Oh well, at least we got some decent anime to pass the time. All right,
I
and
hope under Trump, companies will actually answer job resumes.
Yeah.
possibly. I mean, I have news that possibly Mastercard may be going under.
Really? Because, damn, they're my card.
Yeah, almost everybody's card. Like, they could be receiving some penalties and shit. Because again, they might be. I mean, I read this somewhere in the political board. In the political board on the TAL server. It was somewhere.
Well, I have that shit muted. It's depressing.
Yeah.
Actually, I just tend to peek there from time to time, and I saw some shit about it. Actually, let me scroll up. Oh yeah. Do you know that federal grants totaling 1,500,000 no 153,432 dollars were spent on testing the earthquake readiness of gingerbread houses?
Yeah, it's money laundering. I remember
Yeah.
this. I remember hearing something about this all the way back in like 2015, where scientists were getting paid millions to test like how often people will spill their coffee and shit, like stuff that doesn't fucking matter.
They just know that this thing is just going into their bank accounts.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
here I found it. Hopefully this one is actually true. There it is.
Community notes and violations. The DOJ launched crusade around successful companies like Visa, MasterCard, and Investor Successful America published. Another business mind Congress. Private sector is key to economic stability. Okay. Yeah.
We must
Maybe.
stand up for businesses and remind Congress that the private sector is key to economic stability. Dude, Visa is the fucking villain of the art world.
Yes, because of them we can't have nice shit on Patreon and possibly even Subscribestar. Like, you're an artist who does good porn and wants to be paid? Too bad. Fuck you. Get bent.
When the Japanese debit and credit card companies come out, I want to sign up so fucking bad.
Me too, man.
Same.
They still have some of that honor system over there.
They have that decency, not really honor, just fucking common decency of your shit.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't about art anymore. Now it's just about fucking decency, not being an absolute wacko every day.
Or, Wolf of Wall Street asshole.
Yeah.
That too. But to be fair, that's kind of a given. Being in the in the banking system, you gotta be a fucking sociopath to live in that place. Like,
It's a guarantee to hire strippers at your work?
no, just basically treating everybody like they're fucking animals and just,
Yeah.
Being
You guys know how back in like from the 60s to the 90s there was that weird fear of Japan due to their industrialization and shit
Yeah.
that like led the West to becoming better in creating a bunch of products and stuff.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
we get another one of those. I hope
Hopefully.
that Japan has another resurgence.
Yeah.
give it time. Eventually, I feel like they're gonna get the swing, and you know, they might actually just do that. Just let's hope we don't get a by laws of probability we don't get an Arasaka.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right.
Oh god damn it, yeah.
Let's hope we don't.
All right.
Only we already have an Arasaka. It's called Amazon.
No, it's called Samsung, except it's Korean.
Oh no, we have one. It's
Or
just
no,
called-
Mitsubishi, because Mitsubishi creates all of the Japanese tanks, the F2, the Japanese F2, which is just a copy of the F-16. Nah, Mitsubishi, my bad.
I mean, it's kind of given that America just gives away like licenses to its allies that aren't the F-22 because nobody should have that kind of power. Quoting Kanye.
Korea is
even
such
us.
an insane place.
Korea? Yeah.
Yeah, Korea is fucking insane. Like, one half is a communist dystopia, and the other half is like an unironic capitalist dystopia. It is fucking horrible over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
They
not-
had like the longest chains of unbroken slavery for a society. I think it was
Yeah.
like something like 2,000 years. They have like an actual unironic feminist death cult and a battle between the sex that permeates their entire society.
I was
Like
about
they skirt by on K-pop and good shows, and if like anyone looks past that, they just see like a hollow, hateful shell. I really hope they get better.
Yeah.
like they have a fucking thing somewhere in Korea where it's just a lot of removed jawbones from basically just removed pieces of jaws that basically are just a monument to plastic.
Plastic surgery places.
Yep. They literally have containers where they just put in fucking bits of jaws that have been reduced to, make it more really Korean-like.
The Korean bone pillars.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's true. They're fucking bone pillars. And yeah, the fucking feminist cult. Lone, you want to tell the people about the feminist death cults? You want to tell them about
Like
that?
D4, or are you talking about the other ones? Like, there's like a handful, yeah. It's a big issue over there in
There's
that country.
multiple?
I think so.
You could start with
God
D4
damn.
and possibly work with the ones that actually just
Yeah,
really
they
go to bed.
yeah, they
really
yeah, they had a big hold on the country. I think it was the prime minister, I think, was like a handful he had a leash on him by one of the cults. Like, that was a big issue. Like, it is a weird rabbit hole when you actually get into it. It's kind of crazy when you get into it. It's kind of funny seeing him try to recreate that.
When we say feminist death cults, we fucking mean it. Like, they wish death upon the male gender because they're not considered superior to them by
Didn't
law.
they straight up assassinate somebody?
I think
A
so.
couple of times. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think I somewhere about it. Oh yeah, and they completely oppress gamers. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding. To become a Korean game company, you need to jump through a ton of fucking hoops. Kids can't play up to a certain period of time or this many hours a day, but that also counts for adults. Really, they're doing everything to limit gaming in South Korea for some fucking reason.
You all know an idea I have? We
What?
should all devise a heist where we go to Korea, we outmaneuver the feminist death cults, we move past the Samsung cyborg ninjas, we go to the bone pillars, and we harvest the jawbones so that we can take them back to black markets in the West so they can be harvested from their stem cells and like forward American science by like 15 fucking years.
No,
Jesus.
No, you're wrong on the last part. We're going to use those for those underprivileged chins and tell them use this to have your real alpha jaw. Maybe she gets
we're gonna cure chinlets, and we're gonna cure bad hairlines.
yes,
That's what we're gonna do. The
yes.
things that matter. Fuck cancer. Fuck dementia. We're curing the real issues here.
Fuck male pattern baldness. I still wish to keep my bountiful mane even in my 50s, just like my grandpa.
There will be no more Tim Pool shiny heads.
No more.
God
no
damn
more
it.
receding hairlines.
People will look at the SpongeBob movie, the part where Neptune goes, Bob, 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 and be like, "Well, what's that? There's a skin underneath this mane?"
Okay, I'm gonna close this in a minute. Okay, because I cut off earlier, I wanted to talk to Trench about Arcane. I don't know who else actually watched it, but like, yeah. You said you watched like what was it, halfway through the first season?
I'm currently halfway through episode 8.
Oh, so you're like almost done.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, pretty good so far. Like I said in the Discord, weird recognizing a lot of the VAs.
Yeah.
Pretty cool so far. I think that's just one thing I thought was kind of neat. If I am gonna say this, I wish they did something more with Marcus. Are you guys okay if I spoil like a little bit of the first season?
Like I actually want to talk about like season 2 to an extent without spoilers. So season 1 we can spoil because the show's been out for a good while. I think it's very popular, so a lot of the shit's pretty much already out there.
All right. I kind of wish with Marcus, I don't know. I wish he tried to portray Silco in his last minutes. Like, I don't know. It's like they're kind of the way they're building him up. It was clear he regretted his decision. I wish they did something where he would end up betraying Silco or not going through with his orders. Like, I get Silco threatened his daughter, but I wish it was like, hey, you go to my house, you get her out of there, and he would end up betraying Silco and maybe even sacrificing himself. I don't know, just a personal little thing I thought would be interesting. But, what was it? There's one other thing, but I think I forgot it. It's a pretty good show, I like it.
Yeah.
Animation, I have one thing you want to talk about. Jace, so Jace, throughout the show, he's getting more authoritarian. What I like about him, and I noticed it while watching the show, he's like Ironwood from Ruby, but actually well written. Because, literally, think about it. Ironwood was, always more of that military commander, but then the later seasons just made him a dumbass Trump allegory. With Arcane, Jace literally has a good reason to. Like, the thing, too, is he's not even, like, an upper society guy. Okay, he is, but...
He is, but he isn't at the same time.
Yeah, he's an outsider. He's an outsider, he's not born in the upper echelons, that whole thing. So I do like how we have this kind of outsider who... Maybe he is getting manipulated by, like, 20 different people, yeah. Because he's had basically a devil on all of his shoulders, kinda. But it is interesting how, like... Especially with how everything's going on, it's like, you can't blame him from his perspective. Hell, he almost got basically exiled from the city because of Powder and Vi back in the first episode, how they stole from his workshop and all that. It's like, kind of understand his point of view, even if he isn't getting all the details, so to speak.
Yeah, that's what the show does really, really well. Like, you obviously have your bad guys and your good guys and stuff like that, but there's a lot of good in between. And one thing I really appreciate, and one of my biggest worries for season 2 is like, oh god, is it going to get political? Are they going to get woke or whatever? It's not that. It actually continues the quality and does a good job of doing the escalation of violence in a way where someone from the Undercity like Jinx does something, and the upper city Piltover responds, and it becomes this little cycle, this snowball that actually happens. And you do see that. And I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens in episode 9, but that does carry over season 2 and is a big playing factor. And it's really, really awesome seeing just how well written that show actually is. and it kind of sucks knowing that it's League of Legends. Now, League of Legends lore is really cool. The actual game itself is kind of crap, and that really kind of sucks about it. That's the only. I think that's the worst thing about Arcane is the fact that it ties into League of Legends, as opposed to Edge Runners, which ties into Cyberpunk, and you do have actors from the game show up in the anime, in the dub at least. And like when you play Cyberpunk, or at least play it now, there are some hints and nods and references to Edge Runners, though, as opposed to League, where they're in lore, there are differences to the show. Zaun and Piltover, the city. Piltover is the upper city and lower city in the show. In lore, Zaun is already a thing, like it's already its own thing. But
wait, what? Oh, what do you mean?
The lower city, Zaun, like Silco wanted them to be divided. Technically, in the beginning of the show, and even after the bit of the time jump, they're still technically connected. They're still technically, both of them are both Piltover. In the original lore, they're both officially two different like designated like nations. Cities, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And obviously when you get to later on in the show, like Zaun is its thing. But it was always regarded earlier in the season as the Undercity. It wasn't regarded as the nation of Zaun as Silco wanted. Yeah. It's just so small things, but even then, they do a good enough job of following lore, so it does reward players and people who already know the lore prior, like myself. I kind of know about the lore already. Some stuff I don't want to, no input. Okay, see you, Marshall. I hope you get better. Hope he gets better. Because his throat's been shoddy. But like, knowing the lore does kind of reward you, and you kind of know where things are going to end up, or at least kind of in a way. With Act 2, with where that ends, does kind of put that into question, because I don't really know where this is going to go, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But
all right.
The show is actually really well done and well written, and the characters are all spot on fantastic, and does a good enough job of adding new characters in that you actually care for, because technically they don't really have plot armor, as opposed to the already established characters. You kind of know they're not in any danger, if anything. Even characters that have names, you're kind of wondering how they're going to come back. Now, I'm not going to say which character.
To be fair, though, the first episode, or like the first couple episodes, to name characters, but
like not just Jinx and Vi. There's another character that you think is dead, but actually isn't, because he is a character in the game. I'm not going to tell you which character.
Wait, do you mean the what's his name? Echo, I think. Elko.
Not Silco.
Someone else?
Not Silco.
No, Elko. No, Echo. African American kid leads the
No, not him. He is a main character. I'm thinking of something else. Some other character. You probably. I don't think you probably know who exactly I'm talking about, because I'm trying to be very, very vague.
All right.
But
yeah, please, thank you.
Obviously not. They do a really good job reveal in season 2. And his introduction is really awesome. But yeah. So to leeway into that, I don't really know how the show's going to end. Considering what we've seen of Act 3, was they do a little preview of, next time on such and such, because they're trying to get people to stay on board for the Netflix subscription. But it's quite clear that there's obviously going to be more. There's going to be a season 3, or at least they plan for a season 3 to an extent, because there's a lot of stuff in the current season that I know isn't going to be resolved in the next 3 episodes, and I'll be shocked if they do. And I wonder, with the recent episode that came out, with episode 6, the ending of that, I wonder, are they actually going to lead up to the game, or are they going to do their own thing and do a version of that? Because something happens, and I kind of wonder, and am happy regardless, because the writing has been so strong already, so I'm not too worried, but I'm just wondering, like, what are they actually doing here? Like, is there actual plot armor for these characters, or do they actually have a story to set, and it leads up to a version of the games, or at least a version of in what happens in lore. So who really knows? Especially with how Jinx is in season 2. Like, she isn't completely different than how she was in season 1. And if anything, she's a lot more burned out, which was a shock to me, because I was actually wondering, is she actually going to end up like how she is in the game? But if that's the case, it's obviously going to be like a massive, massive tragedy, especially with what happened in episode 6. So yeah, I know I'm pretty much rambling to you, but I'm trying to be also being vague as well as trying to get my take, basically.
Yeah. Or thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no words about Arcane, but I've heard things about it. Still not playing League of Legends.
You don't have
I
to.
wanna...
Yeah.
The only thing I'm interested in is the fucking Yordles. You know why.
The what?
The Yordles.
Don't know. Wait. Okay.
Lord,
I will say though,
can
was it
tell-
a chick? Oh, go ahead.
Lord, fucking Lone, you can tell him about the Yordles.
The
Hello?
Yordles?
Oh, shit. It took me a second to realize. Let me just pull it up.
Show it to them. Show them the females.
Oh, like all the female characters?
No. Let me just show.
Yeah,
Doggone
gi-
it,
gi- give
doggone
to
it,
him.
doggone it, doggone it, doggone it, doggone it, doggone it. There we go. It's in text chat.
Alright. Oh, the small people, yeah. Like that one dude with the big mustache.
Yeah,
Wait, what about him?
Heimerdinger, yeah.
Yeah, Heimerdinger, yeah.
Poppy, Tristana, the little Lulu, the little shorties. You know how I am with short stacks. Right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah?
there.
I have said enough. If you wish to inquire more, ask. Anyway,
That.
Alright.
so anyway,
I will say, or could I say one more kind of thing about it?
Yeah, sure.
I do like how, I kind of wish they did maybe make the enforcers a little more gray, but I do like how they don't completely demonize topsiders. It's very clear a lot of them are just, people.
Yeah.
And I guess I kind of do like how, I don't know, with Arcane, it's kind of sad because it's one of those, like, it's kind of like a tragic story, so to speak, like an old Greek tragedy,
Mhm.
where really a lot of their problems can be solved if they all calm down and try to talk. Problem is, well, it's too late for that.
Yeah.
And now a lot of innocent people will be caught in the crossfire, whether economically, like with all the stuff closing, or just through violence.
Mhm.
There's just, I don't know, something I think's interesting about the show.
which reminds me, is this show really that good?
Yeah. Well, I think it
so.
is.
Like I'll admit, I was very skeptical. I was like, the thing too, it's not even my cup of tea. I'm more into military stuff. I'm not big on like steampunk, especially. So the fact the show's this good, it's like, no, it's really good.
Well, I should go have a look-see then. Anyway, you said you'd like military stuff, because at first I heard Generation Kill being muttered.
Yeah, because Alexander Skarsgård was Iceman.
Oh yeah. I also remember how fucking Iceman, like the original one, was actually making videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. The actual soldier made like a video. He looks damn near identical. That's kind of weird.
I still can't believe about fucking Rudy Reyes, Rudy Fruity Tootsie and Duty just playing himself. It's
Well,
one of
heck,
those.
yeah.
It's one of those crazy things that just you look at it and it's like, oh yeah.
Well, the
It's
funny
crazy.
thing is, that's not the only time. In The Outpost, the movie with Scott Eastwood, one of the mortarmen plays himself. Like the Hispanic mortarman in the film is the actual guy who fought, I think, in the battle, or he at least served at that outpost. Plus you had another guy. He didn't play himself, but he was a soldier who also was stationed at that outpost. It's kind of crazy.
Why did he do that? Did he not want to use his name, or just?
I think no, it was just because him in real life wasn't in the battle, but he played a dude who was. He played a different guy who actually was in battle, while he himself never fought. 'Cause I think he was a part of an old unit that left the outpost long before the battle happened.
Before
Because
shit got-
the outpost, for context,
Yeah,
outpost Cop Keating was around for I think 3 years. Opened in 2006, closed October 3rd, 2009, or no, October 2009, because of the heavy battle, October 3rd. Because
Oh,
hey, shocker, putting an outpost at the bottom of 3 mountains was a fucking retarded idea.
yeah. Everyone but you has the high ground, and you're basically.
Well, they tried. Well, the weird thing is they knew it was a bad position, which is why they put a secondary. It's not in the film, but they put a secondary, smaller outpost up one of the mountains. But when the battle happened, that was basically ineffective because no shit. So it's weird because they knew it. They knew it sucked. Yet they're still like, they didn't move it. They left it for 3 years and did nothing to help at all.
How many people died because of this incompetency in that camp?
8 people. I think it was
Jeez.
8 people, from what I remember correctly. 8 Americans. A lot of A&A got heavily wounded. 2, I think, Afghani PMCs died. I think a lot of Marines and Army got injured. Yeah. Plus
Not a
2
good
Medal of Honors. Clint Robichaud and Ty Carter.
others.
Sorry.
Oh, well, on the bright side, they didn't die in the double digits. That's,
Nah.
the silver lining.
Yeah, still. Could have all been prevented if they were fucking smarter.
It's the military. They are not smart.
Yeah.
They are run by They're run by nepotistic morons.
Yeah.
And I liberally use the word morons about the military. Because
Especially
that
modern military. Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ, don't let me get started. That is why I fucking love Generation Kill. Almost everybody up the chain is a massive fucking moron.
I'd also recommend Sandcastle. It's a Netflix original starring Glenn Powell and Henry Cavill. Really good movie. That one's another good one if you want to see kind of the incompetence of just the war and terror as a whole. Although that one's Iraq, not Afghanistan.
That's alright. It's still middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Like,
And,
it's-
Afghanistan's more mountains, but yeah, I get your point.
Yeah.
It's still war in the Middle East. What changes really? Like,
Fair enough.
what fucking changes? We're fighting a war. You guys are not even us. We're not even supposed to be in. What in the fuck are we doing in there?
Yeah.
I can understand Afghanistan because there is a fuck ton of opium and potential heroin for everybody involved.
Including the CIA.
Oh, absolutely, the CIA. They need their next hit.
Yeah.
I like how how during the years they went from weed, LSD, and hallucinogenics to hard cocaine, and eventually up to heroin, and all the other
Yeah.
hard in the 21st century. I'm not surprised the majority of them are fucking fent addicts.
Because they don't taste their own supply. Rule 1 from Scarface, you know?
Who says
Never get high on your own supply.
that's why they buy it?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna... Sorry to cut this up, but cutting it down. Alright. Alright, I have yeah, there's a reason why I set this as early as I did, because I got something coming up, so yeah. It was good to
Alright, yeah.
talk again though, so hopefully next time, well, when will that
We'll
be?
see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dang, that
we'll
might
see.
be December.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully it'll be soon.
In advance, I apologize if I was rude in any of my previous things.
Nah, you're fine.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And
I don't. Or yeah.
And I salute you, people at home. Have a good rest of the day. I'm gonna go to bed right about now. It's fucking midnight. It's 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, go to bed, dude.
Yeah. Remember, drink your waters. Have your 8 to 7 hours of sleep. Be good, kids.
Good night,
I should do
everybody.
that, but I'm not.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, see ya.